Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into Vedic astrology. I know a lot of you are fascinated by this ancient system, and today, well, we're going to try to uncover its surprising scientific depth. We're going way beyond just horoscopes and exploring how Vedic sages actually blended astronomy and spirituality centuries ago.
It's really incredible.
Yeah.
They had insights that resonate even with our modern scientific world.
Yeah, they were ahead of their time in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's start with something kind of personal: birthdays.
Okay.
You know, we celebrate on the same date every year based on the solar calendar.
Right.
But Vedic astrology actually uses the moon's position in a nakshatra,
Right.
a lunar constellation, to determine your birthday
Each year.
each year.
Yeah.
So it changes.
It does.
Yeah.
Nakshatras are like these signposts along the moon's path,
Okay.
and each of them has its own unique energy and symbolism.
Oh, wow.
So celebrating on your nakshatra birthday, it allows you to actually connect with these specific cosmic energies,
Oh, interesting.
influencing you at that moment.
So it's not just about, like, the date on the calendar,
Yeah.
but it's about aligning with, like, a specific lunar energy.
Yeah,
That's fascinating. It's like getting a personalized cosmic update every year.
it is.
That's cool. Okay, let's talk about some of these incredible Vedic sages.
Okay.
First up, Aryabhata, who lived around the 5th century CE.
Aryabhata was a true visionary.
Okay.
I mean, in his work, the Aryabhatiya, he proposed that the Earth rotates on its axis.
Wow.
And this was centuries before this idea was widely accepted in the West.
That's incredible
Yeah.
to think about that.
His calculations of planetary orbits and eclipses, remarkably accurate.
Wow.
They actually formed the basis for much of modern astronomy.
Imagine figuring that out way back then
I know.
without all the technology we have today.
Right.
His work also played a crucial role in developing accurate birth charts and panchangs,
Right.
those Vedic almanacs,
Yes.
used for both astrological and astronomical calculations.
Exactly. And, you know, Aryabhata's legacy, it really highlights the deep connection between science and spirituality within Vedic traditions.
Yeah,
It's a theme we're going to see again and again
for sure.
as we explore these ancient insights.
Now, Aryabhata, he focused on the grand movements of the cosmos.
Yes.
But what about applying that knowledge to everyday life?
Right.
That's where another remarkable sage, Legata, comes in.
Legata. He was the author of the Vedanta Jyotisha,
Okay.
one of the oldest known texts on astronomy and astrology.
Wow.
And he really emphasized the practical uses of celestial movements, particularly for agriculture.
So using the stars to guide your farming practices, it's like ancient precision farming.
It is.
Did he actually have, like, farmers consulting him?
Yeah.
Saying, like, okay, Legata, when's the best time to plant my crops?
Well, we can only imagine those scenes.
Yeah.
But it's clear from his work that he saw the connection between the rhythms of the cosmos
Right.
and the cycles of nature. He used the positions of the sun, moon, and stars to predict seasons, optimize planting and harvesting times,
Wow.
and really help people live in greater harmony with the natural world.
It's fascinating to see how these ancient practices kind of foreshadow our modern reliance on weather forecasting
They do.
and scientific data
Yeah,
for agriculture.
absolutely.
Now, let's talk about a sage who tackled a phenomenon
Okay.
that has intrigued astronomers for centuries: the Earth's wobble.
Ah, yes. Varahamihira,
Okay.
the author of the Brihat Samhita.
Okay.
This is an encyclopedia of knowledge
Okay.
that covered a wide range of subjects, from astronomy and architecture to gemology and even political science.
Okay, so he was clearly a man of many talents.
He was.
But what about this Earth wobble?
Right.
What exactly is that?
So imagine the Earth spinning like a top that's slightly off balance.
Okay.
That wobble, known as ayanamsa in Vedic astrology,
Okay.
is caused by the Earth's tilt
Uh-huh.
and leads to a fascinating phenomenon called the precession of the equinoxes.
Okay, so the Earth's not perfectly upright. It's kind of wobbling as it spins.
It is.
And what does that have to do with the equinoxes?
Because of this wobble, the Earth's axis slowly shifts over time.
Okay.
It completes a full cycle roughly every 26,000 years.
Wow.
This means the points where the sun crosses the celestial equator,
Okay.
marking the equinoxes,
Yeah.
also shift gradually.
So even though we mark the equinoxes on the same date each year,
Right.
the Earth's actual position in relation to the stars is slightly different
It is.
each time.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing to think that Varahamihira understood this concept centuries before modern science confirmed it.
I know.
Wow.
His insights into Ayanamsa really demonstrate the advanced astronomical knowledge of the Vedic sages and their ability to make incredibly precise observations. It makes you wonder,
Yeah.
what are their secrets
What other secrets?
they might have uncovered that we're just beginning to rediscover today?
It definitely does. Okay, ready for another fascinating figure. Let's dive into the work of sage Bhishma
Okay.
and the Surya Siddhanta.
The Surya Siddhanta, attributed to Bhishma, it's essentially a cosmic manual.
Okay.
A comprehensive text on astronomy and mathematics.
Wow.
It covers everything from planetary orbits and eclipses to timekeeping and the calculation of celestial phenomena.
So it's like the ultimate guide to understanding the workings of the universe.
It is.
But how accurate is this ancient text compared to, like, modern scientific understanding?
You know, it's remarkable because the Surya Siddhanta contains highly accurate calculations for planetary positions, eclipses,
Yeah.
even the length of the year,
Okay.
all based on these intricate mathematical models and astronomical observations. It even introduced trigonometric functions
Really?
and touched upon the concept of gravitational forces,
Wow.
concepts that wouldn't be fully explored by Western science until centuries later.
That's amazing. They were grappling with these complex ideas way back then. So we've got this incredible system for understanding the cosmos, but how did it actually play out in everyday life?
Well, one tangible example is India's lunar calendar,
Okay.
which is based on the Tithi.
Okay.
And this measures the angle between the Earth, Sun, and Moon.
Oh, wow.
This calendar is remarkably in sync with natural cycles,
Okay.
and it's still used today for religious observances, festivals, and, of course, astrological calculations.
So unlike our solar calendar, which focuses on the Earth's position around the sun,
Right.
the Tithi calendar considers the interplay of the Earth, Sun, and Moon,
It does.
giving it a more dynamic and nuanced perspective on time.
Exactly. And this lunar calendar influenced much more than just daily life.
Okay.
It actually inspired the construction of some truly awe-inspiring temples,
Okay.
like the Navagraha temples dedicated to the 9 planets,
Oh, wow.
which embodied the deep connection between astronomy, spirituality, and architecture in ancient India.
Wait, temples dedicated to planets? I've got to hear more about this.
Imagine a series of temples,
Yeah.
each dedicated to a specific planetary deity,
Okay.
designed according to precise astronomical principles.
Wow.
The Navagraha temples, found throughout India, particularly in Tamil Nadu, are a stunning example of this fusion of science and spirituality.
So they weren't just places of worship. They
No.
were like astronomical observatories woven into the very fabric of religious practice.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm already picturing these incredible temples, but first I've got to ask about this division of the universe that keeps coming up.
Right.
You mention 12 zodiac signs, 27 nakshatras, and something about the number 108.
Right. Let's break that down. So the 12 zodiac signs are familiar to many,
Right.
but in Vedic astrology, they're further divided into 27 nakshatras.
Okay.
Those lunar constellations we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
And each nakshatra
Uh-huh.
is then divided into 4 equal parts called padas.
So 12 signs times 27 nakshatras times 4 padas equals 1,296. What's the significance of that number?
Well, that number itself isn't particularly emphasized in Vedic astrology.
Okay.
However, the number 108
Yeah.
is deeply significant.
Okay.
It appears throughout Vedic texts and practices,
Yeah.
and it even represents the distance ratios
Uh-huh.
between the Earth, Moon, and Sun.
Wow, 108 really seems to be a recurring theme.
It is.
From prayer beads to yoga postures, it pops up in so many different contexts.
Yes,
And to think it's connected to these fundamental cosmic proportions.
it is.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here, but before we delve deeper into how Vedic astrology can be applied to modern life,
Right.
let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible depth of scientific knowledge embedded within this ancient system.
It's truly remarkable. From celebrating birthdays based on lunar constellations to understanding the Earth's wobble, from ancient texts to incredible temples, we've seen how the Vedic sages blended astronomical observation and mathematical calculation with spiritual insight,
Yeah.
creating a system that continues to fascinate and inspire us today.
It's really incredible.
It is.
So we've seen how these Vedic sages were centuries ahead of their time in understanding the cosmos, but how can we apply those insights to our lives today? It's one thing to admire their astronomical knowledge, but can it really help us navigate the complexities of modern life?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of the most powerful aspects of Vedic astrology is its potential for self-understanding.
Okay.
By analyzing an individual's birth chart,
Uh-huh.
a Vedic astrologer can reveal insights into personality traits,
Okay.
strengths,
Yeah.
weaknesses, and even potential life paths.
So it's like a cosmic personality assessment, but much more in depth.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Does it actually tell you who you are, or is it more about highlighting like certain tendencies and potentials?
It's not about putting you in a box or saying this is exactly who you are and this is all you can ever be.
Right.
It's more about revealing the unique combination of energies that were present at the moment of your birth
Yeah.
and how those energies might influence your personality, your inclinations, and your potential paths in life.
Okay, so it's not deterministic, but it gives you like a framework for understanding yourself.
Right.
But what about those ups and downs we all experience in life? Can Vedic astrology offer any guidance on navigating those challenges?
It can.
Okay.
Vedic astrology offers insights into timing, decision-making,
Okay.
and understanding the cycles and patterns that influence our lives.
Okay.
It can help identify periods of growth and opportunity,
Yeah.
as well as periods of challenge and introspection.
Okay.
For example, if someone is going through a particularly challenging period, understanding the planetary influences at play can provide a sense of perspective
Uh-huh.
and help them navigate that period with greater awareness.
So it's not about predicting specific events like you'll get a promotion next month,
Right.
but more about understanding the broader energetic landscape and using that knowledge to make informed choices.
Exactly. It's about empowering individuals to take ownership of their lives and navigate their journey with the deeper understanding of the cosmic influences at play.
But isn't it a bit of a leap to say that the position of stars and planets at the time of our birth can really have an impact on who we are and what we experience in life? Some people might find that hard to swallow.
It's a valid question,
Yeah,
and one that has been pondered by philosophers and scientists for centuries.
right,
Vedic astrology operates on the principle of interconnectedness,
right.
the idea that everything in the universe is interwoven
Mm-hmm.
and influences everything else.
Okay.
From this perspective, the moment of birth is seen as a snapshot of the cosmic energies at play,
Yeah.
a unique imprint that shapes our individual nature and potential.
So it's like each of us is born with a specific cosmic signature,
Right.
a map that reflects the interplay of celestial forces at that particular time and place.
Precisely.
Okay.
And a skilled Vedic astrologer can interpret this map known as a birth chart, or Janmakundali, to offer insights into an individual's karma, their dharma,
Okay.
and the opportunities and challenges they might encounter throughout their lives.
Okay, now we're getting into some more complex concepts.
Yeah.
Can you explain karma and dharma in the context of Vedic astrology?
In simple terms, karma refers to the actions we take and the consequences that follow,
Okay.
while dharma refers to our purpose or path in life.
Okay.
Vedic astrology suggests that our birth chart reflects the karmic patterns we bring into this lifetime
Okay.
and offers clues about our dharma, our unique contribution to the world.
So it's not just about predicting events, but it's about understanding the karmic patterns at play and making conscious choices to align with one's dharma.
That's the heart of it.
Okay.
Vedic astrology encourages us to take responsibility for our actions and choices, understanding that we have the power to shape our destiny within the framework of our karmic influences.
This idea of free will within a framework of destiny is really intriguing.
It
It suggests that we're not just passive passengers on a predetermined course,
Right.
but active participants in co-creating our lives.
Exactly.
So how does this play out in specific areas of life, like relationships, for example?
Relationships are a fundamental aspect of human experience.
Yeah.
And Vedic astrology can offer profound insights into relationship dynamics.
Okay.
By comparing the birth charts of two individuals,
Mm-hmm.
an astrologer can identify areas of compatibility, potential challenges,
Okay.
and even karmic connections that might be at play.
So it's not just about finding the perfect match, but about understanding the energies and karmic patterns that are influencing the relationship and using that knowledge to navigate those complexities with greater awareness and compassion.
Exactly.
Okay.
Vedic astrology can help us see relationships as opportunities for growth and learning,
Yeah.
recognizing that each relationship brings its own unique lessons and challenges.
What about career and finances?
Sure.
Can Vedic astrology offer guidance in those areas as well? I imagine a lot of people would be interested in knowing if they're on the right career path or if there are any financial windfalls in their future.
Vedic astrology can certainly offer insights into those areas.
Okay.
By analyzing an individual's birth chart,
Mm-hmm.
an astrologer can identify potential career paths, strengths, and talents that might lead to success and fulfillment.
Okay.
It's not about predicting a specific job or a guaranteed financial outcome,
Right.
but about understanding your natural inclinations, your potential obstacles, and the timing of opportunities related to your career and finances.
So it's more about understanding the energetic influences and using that knowledge to make informed decisions rather than expecting a crystal ball prediction.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's about empowering individuals to align their actions with their cosmic blueprint, recognizing that while we may have certain predispositions,
Yeah.
we also have the free will to make choices and shape our own path.
This all sounds incredibly empowering.
It can be.
It's like having a cosmic roadmap to guide you through life's complexities.
Right. But I have to ask, with all this emphasis on understanding influences and patterns,
Yeah.
does Vedic astrology leave any room for free will?
It does.
Okay.
Does it suggest that our lives are essentially predetermined? That's a great question, and one that gets to the heart of the debate between destiny and free will.
Right.
Vedic astrology acknowledges the influence of past karma, the actions and consequences we carry from previous lifetimes,
Okay.
but it also emphasizes the power of conscious choice and action in the present moment.
So it's not a deterministic system that says everything is predetermined.
No.
It's more about understanding the playing field and then playing the game, strategically making conscious choices within the framework of our karmic influences.
That's a great analogy.
Okay.
Vedic astrology provides the framework, the map, but it's up to us to choose how we navigate that terrain.
Right.
We have the power to make choices that align with our highest aspirations and to learn and grow from the challenges we encounter.
This perspective really resonates with me.
It's not about being a passive recipient of fate, but an active participant in shaping our destiny.
Absolutely.
Like we're all co-creating our lives with the universe.
Vedic astrology provides the tools and insights to empower us on that journey.
Yeah.
It's a system that blends ancient wisdom with practical application, offering guidance and support for living a more conscious and fulfilling life.
Well said. I think we've covered a lot of ground in this segment.
We have.
From self-understanding to relationships.
Right.
From career to finances.
Yes.
And even touched upon the complex interplay of destiny and free will.
It's been a fascinating exploration.
Yeah.
And I hope our listener is beginning to see the depth and richness that Vedic astrology has to offer.
Yeah.
It's a system that invites us to engage with the cosmos, to understand our place within the grand tapestry of existence, and to live our lives with greater purpose and intention.
That's a great way to sum it up. Okay, so we've been on quite a journey exploring the world of Vedic astrology, haven't we? But I know there can be some misconceptions and skepticism surrounding this ancient system. So let's tackle those head on and try to separate fact from fiction. What are some of the most common misunderstandings you encounter?
Well, I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that Vedic astrology is all about fatalism.
Right.
That it dictates our lives and leaves no room for free will.
Right, as we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
It's much more nuanced than that.
It is.
It's not about predicting like a fixed future,
Right.
but understanding the energies and influences at play.
Yes.
And making choices accordingly.
It's like having a cosmic weather forecast.
Yeah.
You know, there's a chance of rain, so you bring an umbrella.
Right.
It doesn't mean you're stuck inside all day.
Exactly. Vedic astrology empowers us to make informed decisions,
Yes.
not to resign ourselves to like a predetermined fate.
Exactly.
And another common misconception is that it's all about predicting specific events. Like you'll meet your soulmate on Tuesday, or you'll win the lottery next year.
Right. Those kinds of predictions can make it seem like a fortune-telling gimmick,
Yeah.
rather than a sophisticated system of knowledge.
Right.
While Vedic astrology can offer insights into timing and potential opportunities, it's not about fortune-telling.
Right.
It's about understanding the broader cycles and patterns that influence our lives,
Okay.
and using that knowledge to navigate our journey with greater awareness.
So it's more about understanding the currents of the cosmic ocean rather than trying to predict every wave that might come your way.
A beautiful analogy.
Thanks.
Now, another misconception stems from the association of Vedic astrology with the zodiac signs we often see in, popular media.
Right.
People might think, I'm a Gemini, so I must be like this,
Yeah.
without understanding the depth and complexity of a Vedic birth chart.
Right. It's much more than just sun signs.
Absolutely.
It involves the positions of all the planets, the lunar constellations, a whole system of calculations that takes into account the specific time and location of your birth.
Precisely. It's a highly personalized system that goes far beyond the generalized descriptions we often see in horoscopes.
Mm-hmm.
And this leads to another important point.
Okay.
The role of a skilled Vedic astrologer.
Yeah, because let's be real, with all this complexity, it's not something you can just Google and figure out on your own.
Absolutely. A qualified Vedic astrologer has years of training and experience
Right.
in interpreting birth charts, understanding the nuances of planetary influences, and providing guidance that is both accurate and insightful. It's not a one-size-fits-all system.
For sure.
And working with a knowledgeable astrologer can make a world of difference.
So it's not just about plugging your birth date into an app.
Right.
It's about working with someone who can decipher the cosmic code and help you understand its implications for your life.
Exactly.
And finally, I think it's important to address the skepticism that arises from the scientific community.
Sure.
Some might dismiss Vedic astrology as, lacking empirical evidence,
Right.
or being incompatible with modern science.
Right.
I can see how there might be a disconnect, especially with the focus on, subtle energies and karmic influences.
Yeah.
But haven't we seen throughout this deep dive how Vedic astrology is rooted in astronomical observation and mathematical calculation?
Exactly. The sages who developed this system were keen observers of the natural world
Yeah.
and understood the intricate connections between celestial phenomena and life on Earth.
Right.
And while modern science may not have all the answers, it's important to remember that our understanding of the universe is constantly evolving.
It's like we're still exploring this vast cosmic ocean,
Yes.
and Vedic astrology offers a unique and ancient perspective on its depths.
A perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
So while there may be aspects of Vedic astrology that challenge current scientific paradigms,
Yeah.
it's important to approach it with an open mind and recognize the wisdom it has to offer.
I couldn't agree more. It's about bridging the gap between ancient wisdom and modern understanding,
Right.
exploring the intersections of science and spirituality, and recognizing the interconnectedness of all things.
Well said. And ultimately, whether someone embraces Vedic astrology fully or simply finds it intellectually stimulating, I think it invites us to consider a larger perspective,
Yeah.
to ponder our place in the cosmos and to live our lives with greater intention and purpose.
That's a beautiful takeaway. We've journeyed from celebrating birthdays with lunar constellations to exploring the depths of ancient texts.
We have.
From understanding the Earth's wobble to debunking common misconceptions, it's been an incredible deep dive into the world of Vedic astrology, a system that blends science, spirituality, and a profound understanding of the cosmos. So, as we wrap up, what's one thought-provoking question you'd leave our listener with, something to ponder as they continue their own exploration?
I would ask them this. Could a deeper understanding of ancient astronomical knowledge, a knowledge that